What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of C# for Beginners. Now, in the previous episodes, our programs, they basically did exactly what we wanted them to, and they would do the same exact thing every single time. But today I'm going to show you how to add a little variety to your programs and let the computer make decisions based off some certain criteria. So, what I am talking about is, of course, the if statement, which is going to make a test, and if the test is true, then it will run a certain block of code. If the test is false, then it will not run the block of code. So, first of all, we need a variable to actually test. So we are going to make int number equal to 1. Now, to make the if statement, we first of all write if, followed by parentheses, followed by curly braces. Now, inside the parentheses is where we write the test. Inside the curly braces is where we write the code that will run if the test is true. So let's go ahead and write a test. We're going to check if the number is 1. So we do number double equals 1. Now, I'm going to talk about this real quick. In C#, the single equal sign is what we use to actually assign a value to a variable. So when we say int number equals 1, we're saying take 1, and that is the new value for number. Now, inside an if statement, we do the double equals, which basically checks if the number is already 1. So we're not telling it to make it 1, we're saying, is it already 1? And so in this case, we assigned it 1 here, and then we're checking, is it 1? It is indeed, so we are going to console.writeLine, the number is in fact 1. Then of course, at the end we'll do a console.read key, which read key is basically the same thing as read line, except it will just read one key, not just the enter key. So you press any key and it will exit. Let's go ahead and run this. It says the number is in fact 1, which is exactly what we expected it to do. Now watch, if we make this 2 and run it, nothing's going to print because we assigned 2 to the number, and we're saying, is the number already equal to 1? It's not, it's equal to 2, so it's not going to run this. Now there's a few other tests we can do. We could do if number is not equal to 1. So anything that's not 1 will make the test true. Let's change the text to the test is true. So if we run this, the test is true because 6 is not 1. We can also do if number is greater than 1. So if we run this, the test is true because 6 is greater than 1. We can say greater than or equal to 1. So 2 is greater than or equal to 1. And we can also have a 1 here because 1 isn't greater than 1, but 1 is equal to 1. So it will still be correct. And if you take away the greater than or equal to, it's not going to run because, of course, 1 is not greater than 1, but 1 is equal to 1. We can also do less than or equal to 1. We can also do less than 1. Those are the basics of basically the different tests you can do. You have the equals, not equals, not equals, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So you can go ahead and mess around with those and see how they work exactly. But I'm going to show you how to do, because right now we just have one test, I'm going to show you how to do multiple tests. So here, let's say the number is 1. Now, we have one test here. It checks if the number is equal to 1. But let's test something else. So instead of just writing another if, we write else if number equals 2. And then we'll say console.writeLine the number is 2. So if we run this right now, it'll say the number is 1, because that's what it is. But if we change this up here to a 2, it's going to say the number is 2. Now you can go ahead and keep on making more and more else ifs, just like this. So we'll do else if number is 3, the number is 3. Else if number is 4, the number is 4. And what if we want to have a default? For instance, say they enter a number that's not 1, 2, 3, or 4. We want it to still print something. What we do is we just write simply else with curly braces, no test, because it's saying if none of these tests are true, just do this by default. So for default, we'll say console.writeLine, I don't know that number. So if we run it, let's give it a 3, and it's going to say the number is 3. Let's give it a 4. We'll run it. The number is 4. And now let's give it something like -90, and it's going to say I don't know that number. So that's the basics of the if statement. There's a few other things we can do with it, but those will be covered in a later video. But yeah, that about wraps up this episode. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.